Hello everybody and a very good afternoon. Welcome back to Crafters TV. My name is Ben Moseby. Thanks for joining us this Wednesday, middle of the week. What a day we've got, what a rest of the week actually we've got lined up for you. We have got so many great shows on the way for you. Today is hugely exciting, of course, Colour Me Happy right now, where we're going to be delving into something which we've only seen on Crafters TV once before, and that one time was this morning, a deal which you are not going to believe until we get round to it. It is our star buy of the day, potentially the star buy of the week when it comes to Spectrum Noir. Producer Nicola has just said, I'd give it that. It's an unbelievable buy. The Pro Sketch Pack, which is limited edition. We'll come on to that very shortly, at half price. First time we've shown it on the channel, half price. It flew this morning. Also, just to mention, a little bit later on this evening, 6 o'clock here in the UK, 1 o'clock Eastern, we have got a rerun of our US warehouse clearance. So if you missed out on Sunday, or if you did have a few problems checking out, obviously we apologise for the problems that we had Sunday, but if you're one of those people who think, I can get all the goodies, Debbie and I are going to be back later on, bringing you part 2 of that warehouse clearance with some amazing deals. So do make sure you stick around for that. Tomorrow, by the way, for our UK viewers, if you're sat there going, oh, no fair, yeah, USA, oh, yeah, you warehouse clearance, what do we get? What do we get? You got a clearance tomorrow as well? Oh, yeah. Me and Debbie, tomorrow night, 6 o'clock. So fair's fair and all that. It's set to be a fantastic couple of days, all part, of course, of our big Black Friday event. And that comes, of course, this Friday with more great shows. But enough of that for now. Let's talk about this show and say hello to the lovely lady who joins me the other side of the studio. I'm just laughing because for the last 20 minutes or so, we've just been going through our shared love of random songs, which you might get a burst of over the course of this show. But we always have a laugh. We're always wowed and inspired. It is the one and only, well, you know her as Sheena Douglass. I know her as Claudette.
Claudette.
Bonjour, Claudette.
Bonjour. Bonjour.
Ça va?
Ça va bien, merci.
Très bien. Qu'est-ce que c'est dans la boîte là-bas?
Oh, campione stuff. That was the Italian as well. Hey,
Campione stuff.
Ciao, baby.
This is
really
that new
stuff.
box. It's unbelievable.
It's amazing. Like, yeah, seriously, I have just been so super excited to show you this because if you know, you know.
Yeah.
You just need to look at it, and you're going to look at it in a minute, and you go, wow. If you don't know, that's where I'm going to try and show you the value and get that across to you, because don't miss it. It's phenomenal. Do you want me to take you through what's in this amazing thing? What I would say is Christmas. If you know anybody of school age, college age, this is going to be an amazing gift.
Just before you dive in, can I please go and get the ready? 3, 2, this is the Pro Sketch Pack 49-piece limited edition set. And wait till you see what you get in here. Should be £80 or $100. Auga, half price.
There you go.
You still get your Club Inspired discount, so if you're Platinum, £31.99, $39.96. Hold that price in your mind as you get ready to see what is in this box, because it is about to knock your socks off, isn't it, Sheena?
It's massive. I mean, at this time of the year, I'm not the only one thinking of Christmas gifts, I know. And if you can imagine, if you know somebody that you can gift this to, it would just make the day. It would make my day, because look, you open the lid and this is what confronts you. This there.
Whoa.
It's there. It's going, wow. Let me take you through what you're going to get, because like I say, for anybody you know, and can I just say, I've bought everything that's in here separately and paid a lot more money for way more. I don't exactly. So it's just blown me away. Right, so the first thing, let's look at that thing there. So we've got 2 pencils in here, 2 mechanical pencils. And one of them is the kind of pencil that you've probably seen before, like this kind of clicky mechanical pencil. It's a 0.7 lead, which is a really nice thickness. Some of them are 0.5. I prefer 0.7. It's still got that fine line, but it's just a little bit more to it. And so that's, you just click it as you normally do, and that's the lead comes out. You press it down like that. You've got the eraser on the end. Your spare leads go in there, so you can carry them around. You never run out. And that's the mechanical pencil now I've paid like £6 I would pay for a mechanical pencil, and that would be a bargain. Seriously, some of these are like £30. It's silly.
30 quid for a mechanical pencil?
I'm not going to name the name, but yeah, I've actually, you know, when you think, how much better can it be, guys? Just saying. But that's that. And then you also get the refills for that. So you get a whole box there of the leads. Look at that's full. Chock-a-block full. But when you run out of these, it's just a standard 0.7 lead that you're going to replace it with. So that's cool. Then the next one, we were saying earlier, if Arnie had a pencil, this would be the pencil, wouldn't it?
Come on, this would be my pencil.
Exactly.
Yeah. It has been pumping iron.
Terminator sketches.
That's it.
Yeah.
You're terminated.
Isn't that amazing? And Arnie in the room to even promote it for you.
Yeah.
But so the thing is with this one, it's called a clutch pencil or a lead holder, as Arnie would tell you.
This is the lead holder. Come on.
Exactly.
Come on, Sheena, tell the people.
Oh, you know, ask Elvis. We need an Ask Arnie. Arnie knows everything. Arnie, I bet. Yeah, there you go. Ask Arnie.
Come on, ask me. Do it.
And so it's much bigger. Look at this. Look at the size of that. Look, from that other lead. Look at that.
Wow.
That's just phenomenal. And you get a whole load of refills for that as well. And then when you want it to go back inside, you just press it, push that down there, and it all goes back in there. So that's, and these are the refills for that. And this is a box full of those. Again, I paid £6 for refills for that.
£6 for refills?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because there's a lot of graphite there. There's a lot of graphite. And they are a standard width again. So when they run out, you just need to search for that standard width, which is a 5.6 width. It tells you on the pencil. That is a nice quality pencil, everybody, just saying. So they're your mechanical pencils. Let's move on to erasers. So you get your eraser that you might think of, that you've seen before. It's like a plastic, really fine. It works really well. And then you've got this one here that is called either a putty eraser or a kneadable eraser.
Yeah.
And this one, it doesn't look like that for very long. Wait till you see mine. It's meant to be squidged and shaped, and it's any artist, anyone who does graphite drawing or sketch, they'll have one of them. That's just bread and butter. I have a few around the house, just saying. And again, I think the best deal for this that I've paid is about £120 for one of them.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about that. So you can see how it's all adding up. The pencil sharpener, good metal pencil sharpener. There, you can't beat a good metal pencil sharpener. 2 widths in there, so that's that covered. Then we've got the pencils that you're going to sharpen here. We've got 3 of the wax-based Spectrum Noir pencils. Now, in this sketch box, this would be for, like, if you want to kind of lay out and assign a different colour to a different kind of a different caricature or a different a layer or whatever. What I was thinking for a crafter, if you use one of these things to plan out your cards, for example, you could use a colour that would indicate, like, I'm going to do a little die cut here, that'll go at the front, and that would be a stamp, and then maybe there's some backing paper or the shape, just so that it'd help you with the note taking. Because there's books that we're coming on to as well. Then this, the only way I bought these before is in a tin of like 12, I think, was the minimum, and these are water-soluble graphite. These are fabulous. Again, this is a way of getting graphite blending without being really good at the shading. If you're not that great with the shading, you can just add a bit of water, and I'll show you that. I'm going to demonstrate everything for you. Then you've got your pastel, white pastel. So for a stamper, that and that there, you need them. That's why I included that in the Bella Luna range as well, because that pen, if I could only have one white pen going forward that would be the pen, because it works all the time. There's loads of paint in there. It's acrylic paint, and it's very white. It's not whitish, and you can water it down when it's still wet. It's an excellent white pen. That one will give you a more subtle shade over anything. Being chalk, it'll sit on top of any dry medium, and it'll give it a nice soft highlight. Right, moving on. Oh, I forgot to mention the paper stumps for your graphite as well. So they are there to blend your graphite. So moving on, we have a fabulous water brush. Now this water brush, great size. You know, you usually get them like in a medium, a fine, a large, and sometimes you get a flat like as well. This would be the size I would get if I was only going to carry one, because it's wide enough to do a pretty decent wash, but it comes down to a really fine point so that I can get all the detail done in that as well. And it's one of those ones, if you want a bit more water, you can just squeeze it to get the water moving along there. So you've got your water brush. And then looking at here, we have your illustrators. Now you've got 2 warm greys and 2 cool greys. We'll be looking at them more closely shortly. I mean, you look at the value in there, you've got 5 illustrators there with the bullet nib, and they're the nib. I mean, I love this nib. This is my go-to every time because of the how responsive that nib is. I love that nib. That's, yeah. So they are there as well. Then, Artliners.
Oh, the Artliners, yes.
You know I love my Artliners, and you know we've brought this set of Artliners to show you, but there's ones here that you cannot get anywhere else. One of them there, anyway, I'm not taking it out. One of them is actually a chisel nib, a mini chisel nib, and we're going to demonstrate that for you shortly. And the others are these 2 here, which are flex liners. Now, when I'm drawing stamps for you, I draw on my iPad Pro, right, with my pencil. And the reason I like to draw like that is I can get a really good varying width line.
Is it harder to draw like that though on the...
It's actually, when you get used to it, it's not. It's the closest to drawing on paper, because I didn't learn to draw like looking at a screen and then on a tablet, you know, drawing like that. I didn't do that. I've always just drawn on paper, so it was naturally to then draw on a screen. And the reason I love drawing on a screen is that you can choose a pen that if I put pressure down, it gets thicker. If I lift up, it gets lighter. So it gives your stamps much more kind of a arty look, finesse, and I'll show you when we go to use them. And I've never been able to achieve that, even with fountain pens that I've been collecting many of, until these flex liners will give that same, it's really the closest I've had to drawing like that. So I think that's everything we've been through on the top layer. Have I missed anything? It's like a selection box. Well, the selection box is at Christmas.
I still love to get a selection box at Christmas. Before you remove the first lid of the selection box, can you just remind Stephen, I think he might have arrived late, which is fine. I just want to know, what is the item next to the pencil sharpener on the right? So that's the kneaded eraser, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a kneaded eraser. I'll show you mine, Stephen, in my kit that I've got set up.
Yeah.
And you'll see how you're going to use it. I'm going to show you how to use everything.
Okay.
Next
layer.
But imagine that, Christmas.
I know.
You look like you spent and you should have spent an absolute fortune.
What's
because, behold, you then get a gorgeous case. Wow. And look at the thickness of it. And inside, let me show you inside even. It even opens and everything. I can't go any higher. Yeah, dogs howling everywhere, white noise. And inside, you've got... Can you see that? Can you make that out?
It's hard to see in the back, but you've got you've got all the right slots and space for everything.
Put things in there. I'm going to show you mine set up. And then there's a space. A big pocket watch for that for Sheena. Let me show you and share. Let me put that to one side. And take these 2 babies out. There's more. This is just ridiculous value. Ridiculous value then. So we'll put that over there, and let me show you these 2. So you've got 2 A4 books, right? Let me show you this one first. This one is, I love this because if you want to just sit of an evening, do a bit of sketching,
have a doodle,
sit and do it, it's really easy to fold back on itself like that. I love the spiral bound. You can tear the pages out easily. If you do something in this, you think, oh, that'll look good on a card. Tear it out, put it up, mount it on a card. You don't have, instead, if you don't want to leave it in the book. I have assigned this book to my sketching kind of tryout book. And also for wet media. So if you're going to use your water-soluble graphite or your aquas or your tricolours, anything like that on here, that's the book to, in any of the books, this is the book to use. It's a mixed media paper, so it will take wet medium. So that's that book, and it's A4, and there's a lot of pages in there.
There's a lot.
But then you've got this beauty. Look at that.
This beauty.
So pretty. Beauty, isn't it?
It's a beauty.
It's like a velvety finish, and it is the most lovely paper. If you know somebody who just likes to write even, this is a gorgeous book for that. If you look inside, it's all sewn in, so it's a really nice quality book. You've got the little elasticated page kind of like keeper there as well.
Yeah.
really lovely book. I'm going to show you what I've been playing with my kit. Shall I show you what my kit looks like?
But can you also, I know people can see for themselves the value here, but just talk again, but yeah, about your books here and how much you paid for these, just to put the value for money in people's minds, because it's insane.
So this little book here, I have drawn in this little book. I've got little drawings in this book because it's a little book and it's less intimidating, but I'm going to talk to you how we can draw in the other ones that make it less intimidating.
Oh, is that a spaceship before?
That was, yes, you know what, Ben, you'll appreciate this. So here's, just to show you, I've got to tell Ben, that's the old cinema we used to watch movies at, right?
Yeah.
It was in Gosforth called The Royalty, very Art Deco. And we took my mum, me and my brother, to see Close Encounters. And we never stopped hearing about it for years because she hated it. We loved it, right? Just saying, I need to get out more. So then I thought I'd draw the mountain from that film, but for a bit of a lark, I put a B-movie flying saucer with strings.
So good. Take us to your leader.
Yeah, exactly. So, but that's great. And I was playing, and I keep playing, and that was me little bloke standing talking at Beamish and the pigeon and everything.
So good.
So I generated from, it's actually from pictures that we'd taken at Beamish. And then I drew one for my dad. He used to be a printer, and he had one of these old-fashioned Heidelberg in his shed he used to have. And my mother loved cooking, so we'll just brand there, but you know. And then my homage to Revolver. But so, so it's not the same, it's a bit different. But so what I was going to say is, if that size sketching or stamping is what you like, quarter the page.
Why not?
The page up on your A4.
Yeah.
Just saying. But right, so that one, £11.50.
Okay.
For that book. This book, £15 for this book. So this was using gouache. This was the Sycamore Gap up north and stuff like that.
Sycamore Gap, yeah.
Yeah, Sycamore Gap, and somebody could have done. Can you believe
I can't believe someone cut that tree down.
So this was the little a little thing.
So that's $26.50 already.
$26.50. There you go. And I'm not even going to... Well, I'll tell you how much this one is. Right, look at this book. Ooh. Ooh, look at how busy Sheena's been in this sketchbook.
Why have you not done anything in there?
You know why I've got nothing in that book?
Why?
I'm scared. Because you know how much it was?
How much?
36.
That's more than you'll pay for the platinum price for the whole box today.
Exactly, that one book. And it's, yes, it's 100% cotton, but... Seriously, guys, that's, and this isn't scratch the surface of sketchbooks I have at home. I have like, I would say 12 plus sketchbooks at home, different ones that are just, because that's what, you know, it's my thing. But that's why, take it from me, I'm not just saying I've spent money, a lot of money, on all of this stuff here. I have. Yeah. And the value in this blew me away completely, and I'm going to show you, let me show you how you can make this. So if you're thinking, but I don't want to draw and I'm not interested in learning, I don't even want to do it. If you are into crafting of any type, and a paper crafter, that's how it's going to look in your wallet there. Everything goes in there. You've got a pocket here, and this is where everything goes in your paper stumps, your water brush, but look at the state of that. Maybe put it in a little plastic bag because you don't want bits of stuff sticking to it because it is sticky. So just maybe a little zippy bag or wrap something around it. But that there is the kneadable eraser. That will look like that in a very short period of time. But I'm going to show you why you can use it like that. And then, Ben, in here, you've got your books.
Brilliant.
So let me show you. We're going to do some more this hour. Yeah. So we did this previously. So this book is the one I was saying we're going to use, like, I've been using as like my sketchbook. Sketchbooks, when you look online and you see some people sharing their sketchbooks, like that middle one, I took a lot of time planning it out and making it as pretty as I could with the wording and everything like that, my little journaling. That's not what a sketchbook should normally look like, people. That's like a finished thing that is, you kind of, you know, you're being careful with. A sketchbook, I was also, is a tryout book. Use this one as your tryout book. So you can do stuff like that. So there's no freehand sketching there at all, Ben. They are stamps, and they don't look like stamps. And you've seen the stamps, you'll have seen them, because I know loads of you have bought that one. Well, the three of them. Yeah. But they all look different, and they look different to the stamps, and that's by using this kit, and I'm going to show you. I've used the poppy stamp that I've done before by changing the direction, but then ignoring the petals, but using it as shape for if you're not good at placement. These are all ones that are ready to colour in. We might colour something in here using the flex liner one. These are stencils that we've made look like that. And then in this one, what we're going to do another calendar page.
Okay.
So
Feb.
this is the one with in the posh book. This is the nice one. So we did this earlier.
That's incredible.
So I mapped out the month here of January.
Yeah.
Now you would do that in the front of your book, but what I would say is do all your trying out and testing in the back of your book. Test out the pens and pencils, always in the back of a book. And then the front bits for the bit when you kind of feel confident, you know what you're going to do. But this was a stencil, and this is also a stencil, and that's another stamp. So we did that earlier. And what we're going to do, very soon, I'm going to get myself sorted and organised. Yep. We're going to continue with February. I've set February up for you.
Okay.
And we're going to use Bella Luna, and we're going to do a pretty little scene there, and probably some more swirly stencily bits around it as well.
Marvellous. We'll give Sheena just a bit of time to get set up. We'll say a few hellos as well, and get in touch during this hour or this couple of hours. Anything that you want to see particularly, if there's a particular element from the set that you're not quite sure about, or if you want to see Sheena using it, let us know. Pipe up and give us a holler. We'll do our very best to help you out here. Must say hi to Rachel, who's back with us, Radical Rachel, on the socials, and already it is Sarah Brown saying hello again. And good day, my friends. It's now 2 a.m. I had a snooze, ready for more fun, watching Sheena do her thing. Sending you all hugs from Melbourne, Australia. We're sending them back to you. Lisa Beecham says, hello again, Sheena, Ben, crew and crafters. We've got James and Nicola steering the good ship craft this afternoon. They gave you a woo. My order is in, Sheena, says Lisa Beecham. Yay. But you just knew that anyway. Yeah, I knew you would. Lisa Beecham. Lisa Beecham. Marianne Rosie's in from Edmonton. Kathy Lear says, hello, everyone from Illinois. Hello, Ben. Happy Gotcha Day to you and Laura. Oh, yeah, I put up my socials earlier. It's 22 years today since I met, not our wedding anniversary, but 22 years ago today, I met my lovely wife. Oh, yeah, how lovely. How lovely. Oh, so wow. I've now officially been with her for half of my life. That scares me. How she's put up with me for that long, I will never know. You guys have only had to put up with her for three years. Another 19 to go. Pat's in. Hello, Pat from New Jersey. Hello, Alicia says good morning and greetings from Arkansas. I'm getting ready to cook Thanksgiving dinner, chicken and dressing, greens, mac and cheese, roast beef, candied sweet potatoes and chocolate cake. Oh. Carolyn Wilson says, bonjour à deux de mes passants préférés. Thank you very much. That's hello, you two, to my favourite people, I think. Oh, well, I believe you. Yeah. It says, I had Google Translate to do this, so if it's insulting, it's not my fault. Well, I translated it as what I've just said, so... Just say what he wants to hear. Exactly, really. Yeah. Two favourite people, but especially you, Ben. Yes. You're brilliant. Yes, Ben, you are great. Ben, wow. You are the presentation lead, the best presenter I have ever seen, and you are really, really fantastic. Thank you. That's exactly what it said. Yeah. Crafty Angie says, oh my Sheena, this is right up my alley. I've been taking an art class for a year now. I jumped on this immediately and I've shared this with my art teacher. Don't, see, that's a valid point. You know what, if you know anybody who's into art, do them a favour. They're going to love you for it. And even better, if you are the people, you give to people who do art, see nothing, buy that and they'll think, what? She spent a fortune. Yeah, exactly. That is exactly right. They don't need to know that, you know, it's shh. Yeah. Right, two things to address here. So, well, we'll come on to this. So Donna's asking about the papers in the book, so we can talk about that. And also, let's talk to Jean F here. And we had a few of these comments earlier on. This is fine. Jean says, I love Sheena's work, but I can't draw a stick. So are we saying then if Jean's saying she can't draw a stick, then she can't have this? Is that what we're saying? No, Jean, no. Even if you use it as like a mini scrap, say you use that one as a mini kind of scrapbook. So if you have cards that you've made in the past and you want to do a quick printout, you can literally use it as a scrapbook and remind yourself, or a technique book. If you, it could be like your library of blending techniques. It could be that you're using your inks, because all your inks are going to go over your surface like this. It could be your book where you save your colour charts for your, your aquas, your pencils, and you've got all your colour charts. It could be like your card making Bible, your reference. Make it
your reference Bible, because I know that I forget techniques and I forget things and I think, oh, I never thought I could have done that. Oh, I forgot about that thing. So use that as a bank like that. But you'll see what I'm going to use. I'm going to use the stencils and stamps to draw on top of. So if you can draw over that, then you can, you can.
It's all very clever, and again, Jean, you'll see over the course of this show, if you watched Wake Up Call earlier on as well, you'll already have an idea that this is for everybody, and even if you think, initially you're only going to use certain elements, just for the value for money that you're getting on this, I would say to you, don't leave this behind, because you will regret it. Wendy Graham just says, I can remember that picture house, and I also love Beamish.
Oh, brilliant. I'm pleased you remembered the royalty. It was brilliant.
Yeah. I've not been to Beamish yet. My kids have been there quite a few times. They say it's absolutely amazing. So need to. Once you go the rest of the year for free. All right. Oh, your ticket covers a full moon passing apparently. Nicola's talking in my ear. Anyway, we're not on commission here for Beamish. Other attractions are available. Let's get into this. Okay, first question. Fire them in, please. Hello from Florida, says Donna. Are the papers in this set for watercolouring?
Good question. Yeah, this one is for mixed media. You wouldn't do a full-on wash.
No.
Right? You would, if you were going to wash this out, you would take it out, tape it down. You probably could, but it's going to buckle.
Okay.
It's not 300 GSM. I would say that usually it has to be 300 GSM for a really wet into wet wash, but it will take wet media. Okay, so you can use your water brush and you can use a wash to a degree. Yeah. In fact, I'm going to do it. I'll stamp and we'll colour something in so you can see how it behaves with that. This one is dry media. So this one is for your graphite and for your pens, like me, if you want to add some, a fountain pen or anything to your kit as well, because remember that kit's as it comes, but you can bespoke, you can take out and put in. One of the things I said that I'll probably do for mine is I'm probably going to take these 3 wax pencils out here and I'm going to put myself my 3 water soluble pencils in, because if I put a pink like a cyan, that blue would still work, and then a yellow, I can still use the colour reference in if I want dry, but if I want to mix them, I can then mix any other colour technically with those 3 process colours. Yeah, and make purple, green, your secondary colours plus and more. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
So that's the thing, make it yours, make it work exactly the way you want to use it. So what I've done here, I was saying earlier, you could use your ruler. Now what I would probably do is like measure how wide the ruler is, and then literally just draw lines like that, and then turn it round and draw lines like that for your squares. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
What I did do, that's me very technical bit of kit here.
Yes.
I didn't. So at home, I couldn't find my ruler, but I had me big 12-inch trimmer.
Yeah.
And it's got those little squares on it. Yeah. So I counted 5 squares, right, along, and made a mark, and then another 5, made a mark, made a mark, no, like that, right? So I had 7 of them. Yeah? Yeah. And I cut it to that width. So I've got 7 equal squares there. And then I just did 5 that way as well. Cut it out. So then literally all I did just before the show then was I drew around that, and then I went like that, and I drew around that, and I went like that, and I drew like that, and I drew around that. Do you see what I mean?
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy. And, well, it is for me, because again, it just saves you having to get the ruler and measure and do the lines. To me, that just was a quick way of doing it. I'm sure if you measure, but then I've just got it. And every time I do this, I don't need to worry about, it's there.
Numbers.
And then these little bits here, these fabulous stencils, I love these stencils, right? These
are the bubble
stencils,
was it? Yeah.
So in this, you get one of them, that one, you've got this dotty background there, all right? So you can see clearly the dot I used for the...
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so I just drew around that with my... I actually used one of the flex liners, and I popped that on there and just drew around for the days of the week. Yeah. And then I found a smaller one, that one, and that's the one I used for... So you'll have stuff, you don't have to, you can buy different stuff for journaling and things, but you don't need to, you'll have stuff in your kit for that. And the letters were, I just drew on those, just simple, like lowercase font, using the white pen. So that pen, I went over the top once they were dry, and then it just looks a bit more graphic.
I love it. Those stencils, by the way, are on the show.
Fabulous. Lovely. So next thing I did is I have stamped then, and you can just make it out. I'm hoping if I lift that up, you might just make out the moon and the trees from Bella Luna, the circle. Can you see just in the background?
I can see now.
Just barely there. So this is what, I want the ink pale enough so I can see it, but you won't see it when I'm finished.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So it's very pale, but trust me, it's there. And then I took my stencil from Bella Luna, which is somewhere here. Right, my stencil.
So many stencils.
Very stencil, right? And I drew around the tree.
Okay.
Yeah, actually drew around the tree like that.
That way.
And just basically pencil lines. It didn't have to be too tidy because I'm just going to draw over it, and I don't want it to look exactly the same, or I might as well have just like used the stencil as it was and a stamp. Yeah. Now my options are how am I going to ink this? So I'm going to ink the tree in to start with. So I'm going to take my art liners out here, and I might as well take them all out of the thing so I've got them ready. And I've got lots of different sizes. So I've got from, I should show you the size. Let me see if I've got a page here to show you. All right, let's show you the size on this. So this is very, very fine. I don't want to use the last page in your book to just try things out. Don't use your nice new one. So that's the very, very finest. It's super, super fine, hair-like width. That's 0.05.
Yeah.
You've got 0.3, which you can see it just gets gradually darker and thicker. And we have 0.5. So the best selection, those are the three those are that may go to bread and butter. They're the ones I use more often than not if I'm drawing. And then you've got this gorgeous brush one here, which is with a thin pressure, you get this lovely fine line, but you can really, if you like brush lettering, you can really go to town with that one. Then you've got these two that actually there's one more somewhere. Oh, I've lost a pen. I'll find it in a minute. We've got the chisel brush, which if you draw on the side like this, look, super, super fine, or like on the chisel like that, or what? Look at that.
Yes.
So for kind of, if you like kind of italic kind of writing or calligraphy, perfect for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then we have these flex liners. So this is the fine one, and the medium one is somewhere. Oh, there it is, right in front of me. So the fine one, again, is so fine, but if you press down, you get that variation. And they're the ones that, if I didn't draw my stamps digitally, because then you've got to scan them in and clean them up and everything, it's just easier to draw them on the screen. But if I was drawing, they're the ones I would use. And I've never found a pen that is as responsive as these.
Yeah.
They are just lovely. And that's exactly what like I say, I haven't found anything else other than those pens that do that. And I have a lot of pens. A lot.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
I wouldn't have thought that of you.
I'm even down to collecting antique, vintage fountain pens as well now, Ben.
So good.
Well, from the 1920s, 1930s.
1920s.
Yeah, really. There's a one called Maybe Todd was a make, and a Swan, and there's loads of different.
Well, they all still work fine.
Yeah, they work great. Yeah, and they're actually better for flexibility, the old nibs, because that was in the day when before biros, everybody used a fountain pen, so they actually made them better then.
Yeah.
So if they're gold nibs, they've got much more bend and flex than the modern day ones. They can't seem to get them to do that.
Where do you find all of these? Do you have to go scouring antique shops?
Online, yes, like on the auction sites and things, and there's people who get them and repair them, because a lot of them have got these bladders in them which deteriorate over the years that they need replacing. Yes, there you go, sad but true. That is me and my life.
Sad but true.
So this is the stencil. So what I'm doing is I'm starting with this tree, okay, and I'm making it really quite, bold because it's in the foreground. And notice how careful I'm not being, right? I'm just thinking, follow the stencil even to a degree, and just use your pen to thicken some areas, and think about, little veering off into unexpected kind of directions and things.
So use it as your, like you say, your sort of starting point, isn't it?
Exactly, and then but you don't have to stick to it rigidly. Just do what you want with it, because it's your drawing, and you can it's yours.
Whilst we're watching you, Karen's in asking a question. Says, I bought this set earlier. Will the consumables be available in the future? I mean, things like your outliners will be, won't they, and the
Oh
illustrators?
yeah, the outliners for sure. But, and the leads and things like that. Like I said, you'll be able to just buy them online.
Yeah.
Any, you know, like and just put in 0.7 mechanical pencil refill. And you'll see there'll be loads of different makes, and you'll be able to get them in HB, 2B, you know, or not 2B. No, Ben, we are just like, you have to be separated at birth, I'm serious. But exactly.
She also asks, I was thinking of buying, so she's got one set for herself, so I was thinking of buying one set for my 7-year-old granddaughter who loves crafting and colouring. Do you think this would be okay for her, or is she too young for something like this?
Yes, definitely, because I was that age, and possibly even younger, when I was getting all this art stuff. Yeah. And that's what will give her a good fighting chance, and you, to see if that's something that she's going to take to. Yeah. It's, you know, without the right tools, they're never going to know. And definitely, I would say 100% yes. I think for sure. There's nothing in here that could, I don't think that's going to harm her. That's nothing, there's no sharp blades or anything like that. So it's just drawing stuff. So for sure.
Particularly when it's this price today. You might not have wanted to spend £80 or $100 on a 7-year-old.
Exactly.
However, today is the day. And like you said, start them off on the good stuff, right?
Oh, 100%, Ben, 100%. Because, you know, I've told this story many times about, you know, people who, you know, buy things for their kids, or like, you know, you wait the kids are at school and think, well, I'll have a go at their brushes and I'll have a go at their pencils or whatever they've got, and you think, okay, I'll see if I'm any good at this thing that Douglas says I can, you know. And then you have a try and you go, yep, I thought so much, I'm rubbish at it, because the tools are terrible and nobody can make them look good. Because, you know, if you've got really bad brushes that don't form the point, don't hold the water, you can't, nobody can use that. You know, that there's just no way they're going to work. If you've got pencils that are really hard lead and won't, you know, transfer to the paper, you've got bad paper to start with. Yeah. Absolutely. And, you know, if you have got stamps and stencils, start them off with stuff like that, so that, you know, they've got an idea of how to, you know, where to start, and give them just a blueprint to work over, which is exactly the way I'm treating this stencil, is just a blueprint. That's it. Because you can see I'm just going with where I think I want to do that. And that's what I absolutely encourage you to do, because at the end of the day, it's your book. Yeah. You don't need to show anybody. No, exactly. It's your, you know, experimentation and play. Think of it as play. No pressure, and you don't have to prove it to anybody. This is just you doing, you know, what you want with your toys, basically. Yeah. That's how to think of it. And don't stress over it. Just experiment, because that's exactly how you learn. That's exactly it.
And it's not a competition. You're not up against anybody else. So take the pressure off yourself.
Absolutely. If you're proud of it, then absolutely. And if you use that other book, like I said, I would definitely take away that, take the pages out and put them on a card if you love it, or gift it, put it in a frame. I bet you're doing stuff with this that you can put in a frame or something. Absolutely. When you're done with that, you know, it'll be. So I'm just playing with these branches here, so you can just thicken them, thin them out, whatever. But you can see how it looks a bit more like a twisty kind of tree thing going on, and just play with it. And, right, so that's that. Now we've got the background to do as well. So we've got the moon here, but let's move on to the pencil, shall we?
Yeah, why not? I think.
Shall we keep going with this?
Keep going?
Yeah?
Yeah, I think we shall keep going.
Shall we keep going?
I think we shall.
All right. Okay.
You just keep going, Sheena.
I keep going. All right, so I'm going to just draw around that moon there, because I'm not going to do everything with the pen. I'm going to use some of the pencil. So just a rough circle, that's there. So I can guide with that. And then I'm going to use this one here to just go around the clouds like this. And through there. And like this.
Lillian's asking, Sheena, did you have a platinum school cartridge pen? It was blue with the black screw-on lid.
Platinum
school cartridge pen.
I have platinums, yes, now. I've got like platinum gold nibs, and there's two. There's a platinum, which this is so like, I just realised how sad I sound. The platinum is a British brand, and then there's platinum, which is I think Japanese. And the one I've got at the minute is the Japanese one, which has gold nib. And it's super fine though. It's a lovely fine nib. I love that. But yeah, I remember we learned to write at school using a proper pen.
Yeah.
You know, a fountain pen.
Same with us. We used to have the I can't remember the name of the makes of the pens that we used to like write in. We used to have a jotter.
Yeah.
That you do all of your kind of rough work in.
Yeah.
And then when you used to go into your neat and write up your final piece, you'd take out your fountain pen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Used to come away at the end of the day. I always used to get like a leaky fountain pen, and you'd like the ends of your fingers like covered in blue ink.
Yeah, or the
or
one
you leave
that
it in your
wouldn't
pocket.
start. Yeah.
And it would leak into your pocket.
Yeah. Or they didn't start or something, Ben.
Yes.
Oh, they've come a long way, seriously.
Haven't they?
And the inks and things you can get for them, yeah, they're really.
I still, when I was at school, we used to have our own. I don't know if they still do now. Individual desks where you'd lift them up and you'd keep all of your textbooks in.
Definitely.
And in those desks as well, at the top, they'd have the hole where you would have. I mean, I didn't. Where you would have put your
and
pot
back
of
in the
ink.
day, where it would have been the dip ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
Feather quill.
Yeah.
Like Ebenezer Scrooge.
Yeah, and a slate.
Yes.
And gruel at lunchtime.
And gruel. Please, sir, can I have some more? Oh dear. And if you were there, like with you desked it up too long, the teacher would come along and slam it down.
Yeah.
What are you doing,
put your
boy?
fingers in that and learn, Flying blackboard erasers. What?
Oh yeah.
There was no health and safety back in that day, was there?
No, exactly.
What?
Brought up on the good stuff, weren't we, eh?
Yeah. So can you see how now we've got this moon there, and they've just shaded around the side of it a little bit, makes it look a little bit more spherical. We've got a sky kind of going on, and we can start putting some graphite where in fact, before I do that, I'm going to draw in this boat, and I think I'm going to do that with the pen, that 0.03 pen. If this is okay, I'll carry on, but if you want to see something else, I can do that as well. So just shout up, everybody.
Everyone holler up. Why do I keep using that word? Holler, everybody. What do you want to see? What do you want to know? Ask. It's your show. It's your interactive next hour and 15 minutes. God, that 45 minutes has gone quick.
Where's it gone?
Do you want to see Sheena do a particular demonstration? Do you want to see her using one of the items more than the other? Do you want to fire in a question? Do it, is all I would say. It's your show. You tell us where you want to go. Because that's what happens in the Sheena show, you see, is we start off on a sort of a track, don't we? And then we rapidly sort of veer off.
Yeah, tangent woman. Yeah,
Tangent woman.
Tangent woman.
So.
Yeah. I basically, all right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just pause for a sec, get this set up, and then we'll continue with the rest of that scene, but showing you how we can blend everything in and tie it all in.
Well, we are super duper busy, as you would expect. Pick yours up now. We're going to give you opportunity to get your carts and your baskets checked out. What a deal. What a day. Black Friday week is in full swing. First time we've seen this kit on Crafters TV, and we've only gone and brought it to you at half price. £31.99 or $39.96 if you're platinum for an £80, $100 bit of kit. Perfect gift for you, perfect gift for someone else this Christmas time as well. Get yours right now, and we will come back in about 3 or 4 minutes' time.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% of your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club, and start rewarding yourself today.
makes Crafters TV so special is you guys.
It's really special because the experts are really experts. They're really skilled at what they do, and they want to make sure that the audience also improves on their skills.
Crafters TV is so special because you've got together a really sort of key group of people and people that are very passionate about the products.
Crafters TV is so special because it's a unique community that we have with each other, where we can learn and grow and communicate with each other.
Community, the family spirit, the education, everything to do with craft. We are all like-minded people who share a passion.
I love all the inspiration the demonstrators bring and all the knowledge for us out here.
What makes Crafters TV so special, 100%, it's the interaction. No other crafting TV channel or show has the same interaction.
I love the community, I love chatting live, I think that's the best part. And it's gone beyond crafting because we've become friends.
It feels to me to be a really, really close relationship with our customers and viewers.
You guys make us feel like we're part of your family. I've never been on the show before, but one of my friends who I did meet from CCTV encouraged me, and I was on the craft along.
Massive team of people, and I think they've all got their role to play, and it just brings everything together. It allows us to do our job and just love it.
The people, obviously, the people not just here at Crafts Companion, but the viewers that watch us. I mean, everybody. We have this real magical essence about it.
Bye for now. Bye.
Our craft experts come from all over the UK to HQ up in the northeast, and here they are telling you a little bit about where they're from and what it's famous for.
I'm originally from London, so Stoke Newington I was born and bred, and loved London. I mean, I love London now, something really magical about being in the capital. Grew up in Norfolk, loved it. The countryside, the scenery, it was very green and just beautiful and picturesque. I now live in Bedford, which is brilliant for work and life, because I feel like Bedford is sort of central to all these places around us, so I get to see so many different places. It's just great to be there.
So I live in Barnsley. It's and I say a town, it's a town in South Yorkshire. And South Yorkshire's a gorgeous place. Barnsley in particular, I love. We get a lot of flack, but it's a really beautiful, picturesque place to live, especially because there's lots of green places around there, lots of lovely parks and things like that, but it is a gorgeous place to live. Elthicka, neighbouring village to us, which is just full of history, and I love going there ever such a lot. Famous, what's it famous for? Oh, the most famous thing I can think of is a film called Kes. A local author called Barry Hines, who lived in Oiland Common, made a very famous film called Kes that is well known from where I am, and actually filmed literally around the corner from where I live.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for all the lovely comments. Thank you for checking it out. Lillian says, I had a really rubbish box of crayons when I was little. I swear the lead was mostly sandbound together with a little pigment in it. And Rhonda says, Ben, I also bet that you walked 2 miles uphill to school and there was never a snow day. Nicholas going, no, he went to private school. He went to Hogwarts. I was at boarding school. They sent me away when I was 9 years old. 7 years I had to stay away from my family.
Yeah.
7 years on my own.
Oh, Ben. But so you were that kid with the gruel?
Yeah, well, I was. That wasn't even a lie. Please, sir, can I have some more? More! So it was tough. Maybe the man I am today, though. We're going to have a look through the box again for you, because I know there's a few people asking. So 2 questions that have come through.
2 questions.
So Wendy wants to look at the sketch guidebook again, so we can do that, can't we?
Absolutely.
And MR Simmons says, Sheena, do you need to use a fixer on the graphites to keep them from smudging?
Not when it's in a book, no. And if you put it on the wall, if it's in a frame, it'll be good as well. I have used, you know, that gouache book that I had with the full colour, because gouache is like a chalky kind of finish. So if you look on that one, it's got like a sheen to it. Let me on the overhead. If you look at there, it's got like a sheen to it. Because you can get a wax that you can put over the top of it, and I actually wax that little the little dog as well.
Love the dog.
Yeah, I put it over it. So you can get a wax. I'll put it on my Facebook page and tell you what it's called.
Okay.
It's actually, well, I'll tell you, it's called Dolan's wax.
Darlings?
Dorlands, Dorlands.
Dorlands.
And it puts a film over it so that then nothing, literally you can put water on that and it wouldn't come off. Nothing to it. That one I don't think I've done. Oh yeah, I did do that, but I didn't use as much. So yes, they've got the wax on them.
Okay. And just before we look through the box, Sylv says, I want to know everything from Sheena. Can you just do a brain dump straight to me, please? I mean, I reckon it won't be long in the future before, they get like a, download, then you'll be able to plug it in.
That's a terrifying place right there. It'd be like, no, stop the flow, pull the plug.
Pull the plug. Right, what's in the box? Right, so it's £80 or $100 worth. First time ever on Crafters TV. You're getting it for half price plus your Club Inspired discount. What are we getting? What's in the box, Sheena?
You're getting a box. It's like a selection box for anyone who crafts and especially anybody who does any kind of form of art. It is a grown-up selection box. It's that wow factor. If that was getting that under the tree for Christmas morning, I'd be all kinds of happy, and anyone who gets it would be. Let me take you through. Just saying, qualifying again, I have bought everything that's in this, and paid a lot more. And so this is why if you know the value. Yeah. So let me take you through quickly again, really, really quickly. 2 mechanical pencils, right? One that looks like the one you would normally imagine. It's a 0.7 lead. Any leads, when you run out of the leads that come with the pencil, don't worry, because you can just replace them. Just put online 0.7 leads and you'll get a choice of 2B, 4B, not 2B, all that option. And then you've got the refills for this, but it's going to be a long time before you need to look elsewhere for any of them, because just look at this. Look at all them in there. There's a lot of graphite in there, guys.
Yeah.
And those ones go in this chunky monkey here, this one here, which is the is it a clutch pencil or a lead holder? People call them both things. I'll pop that one to one side there because you've probably seen that before. But I've paid like £6 for my mechanical pencil, and that's a good price. And then this one, look at the size of the lead in this one. Look at that. It's loads of it. So this is for if you want to do like a proper graphite drawing or lay down backgrounds and things, because then you might want to use your paper stumps to blend the pencil in so you get a seamless soft look, kind of where you don't see any lines from the pencil, because a nice soft lead in them. So they're the pencils, paper stumps we've been through. You're going to want to use an eraser. So we've got 2 in the box. One of them being the plastic type eraser that you're probably used to using if you just pick up an eraser. It's like it's a firm eraser. It's good for detail work, and it erases cleanly, which is the important thing. This one here is, if you're an artist, everyone's got. It's like the law. You've got to have one.
The
law. The law.
The law.
Yeah. And it's a putty eraser or a kneaded eraser. It's really soft and squidgy, and you form it to use, like, to get into nooks and crannies, and there's different techniques you can do with this.
I like the stippling you did with it earlier.
And stippling, exactly, and it doesn't leave any residue. So when you erase with that, it doesn't roll the paper like the other one does, when you get the little bits.
Yeah.
So it's a different cleanup. You've got a really cool pencil sharpener there with a wide pencil and a narrower pencil, nice metal pencil sharpener. Which is what you're going to use for your regular pencils.
Okay.
You've got 3 wax pencils in a red, a blue and a green, and they are kind of for like laying out. So if you, for example, are using it for your cards, you could assign one to stamp, one to die, one to like a paper or something. If you're planning out, how your card's going to look, for example, if you're using the books for that. These I love. So these, the only other way I could get these in the past is to buy a tin of water-soluble graphite. You've got 2B and 6B. So basically, the higher the number on your B, the darker it's going to be. And that's how pencils, regular graphite works. The higher the H number, the harder they would be. So, but these are obviously going to put a lot of colour down for you. But they're water-soluble. You would use them like a regular pencil, but then use your included water brush to blend them, and you get a really lovely soft blend. Moving down, that one there, fabulous inclusion. It's a pastel chalk pencil. So this will go on top of your dry finished project. And it'll highlight, it'll be a soft highlight that you can, it'll just be, like, you know, the way soft things have got like a fluffier highlight to them. You know, like a fur wouldn't have, although sometimes the hair does catch up things, but like, you know, a knitted jumper, for example, it would be a soft highlight, whereas like a fence, a metal fence, is going to have laser-like bright lines on it to where the light shines off them. Aren't you with me? And that's where your pen will come in. But this one here, it's the best white pen I've used, just saying. And I don't know how Leanne keeps doing it, but she's done it again. Once I used it, it was like, yes, thank you. It's a valve system, and you shake it because it's acrylic paint in that. And when it stops flowing, you pump the little nib again, and the ink comes through. And it'll go on any surface, but it's acrylic paint, so when it dries, it's waterproof. But before it dries, what you can do is you can use your water brush to blend it and then get that softer blend as well. So the combination of these two, just for your cards, for your colouring, is amazing. You got 5 illustrators here, Spectrum Noir illustrators, and I love these. These are my go-to alcohol pens in the whole range because of the brush ones, the brush nib. You've got your bullet points on one side, and you've got your brush nib on the other, and you've got 2 warm greys and you've got 2 cool greys, as well as a black. And I'll show you how you can blend those in, even if you think, well, how am I going to do that blend between that and that? You really can. Then moving on, we've done all of that. These.
Art liners.
These here, art liners. 3 of them you'll be familiar with. They start at the 0.005, which is the finest of fine hairline mark. Then you've got a 0.3 and a 0.5, and they're my go-to bread and butter size lines. They're usually the 3 I use. I don't usually, if I'm doing detail, I don't go higher than that. But you've got the option, because another one of these is a chisel tip.
Okay.
So it's a flat nib, and I'm going to show you what that looks like, which you won't get anywhere else. And the other one is the brush pen, which is fantastic. Really flexible variance in line, from the finest of fine to the really thick line with that. These two I'm loving. I love these two. To me, it's the whole thing. It's worth it for these two. Because,
wow, okay.
Yeah, you can't get these anywhere else. This is the flex liner, and when I show you how they work, which I'll show shortly, you'll get how cool they are. They've got a varying width, but they're more controllable, I think, than the brush pen, which I love. So that's the top layer.
Top selection part, yeah.
Yeah. Then you get this layer here, and you go, hello, what's this?
Hello.
It's only a posh carrying case, and everything that's in there goes in there. Everything fits, as well as the books that are coming up as well. So if you look in here, you've got a pouch here where your A4 books are going to, both of them fit in together, by the way. It's not one or the other, they both fit in there. You've got little loops here that everything fits in. I'll show you mine, but everything's out of mine at the minute. I've been busy playing with it, so nothing's put away, but you'll see as we're using it how that looks. So you've got that, and it's a really cool, lovely quality, nice quality. That's important. Doesn't look tacky, it doesn't look yucky, it looks expensive. And that's if you're gifting especially. Then you've got 2 books. You've got one book which is mixed media. It's got texture to it, so you can use your wet medium on this.
Yeah.
It's not full 300 GSM watercolour paper, but it is heavy enough to take a wet medium, and it folds back on itself for sketching. And then this baby, this beautiful book that is just, if you gift this book separately and want to give it away, it's too nice. You can see it's got the page divider here, which always looks lovely. It's sewn in signatures into the book, so it's lovely quality, and it's the finest, gorgeous surface on this for your pens, for your dry media, so your illustrators and your ink pens, perfect.
Absolutely brilliant. Just seen Kerry, you said, I've just ordered 4 of these kits, 1 for me and 3 as gifts for friends. I absolutely adore. And Carol D says, I try never to miss a Sheena Day. She's so awe-inspiring. I know my mouth is hanging open most of the show in amazement. If you haven't yet got yours, then great opportunity to get your carts and your baskets checked out. It's £80 or $100 worth of goodies for just $31.99 or $39.96. If you have just joined us, a very good afternoon. Welcome along to Crafters TV. My name's Ben Moseby, and we are here with this amazing Pro Sketch Pack, limited edition. First time on Crafters TV was this morning. It's debut, it's premiere on Wake Up Call, and it's flying. It's basically a half-price deal on a brand new item, and then you're still going to get your Club Inspired discount on top as well. So many people have snapped this up already. You know, some people I think have taken a little bit more convincing than others. People particularly say, well, I can't draw, I'm not very good at sketching. But now you're kind of seeing the value for money, the worth of this, and the kind of things that you can achieve with this collection. Loads of people are grabbing this with both hands and, well, buying 1, 2, 3, or in the case of Kerry, who we just mentioned, grabbing 4 of these. Feel free to multi-order at this price. Why wouldn't you when you're paying less than half price if you're a Platinum member? Lots more to show you over the course of this hour during Colour Me Happy. So I'll say it again, if there's anything you want to ask, ask it. If there's anything you want to know, fire in those questions. If you want to see something in particular, or if you want to see Sheena using one of the items, particularly from the kit, let us know, because she is taking requests. We'll do, as we always do, because we're live and interactive, we'll do our very best to do all of those requests for you. But, you know, you got to ask. You got to ask the questions, because as they say up here, shy Bens get nout. So get asking whatever you want to see. If we can do it, we will. And like I said, we've got another hour on this show. Just to remind you as well, a little bit later on this evening from 6, we've got our US warehouse clearance show, part 2. For those of you that perhaps missed it on Sunday or had problems with your checking out, we're bringing back the best deals from that show over a 2-hour period with me and Debbie Robinson. And for those in the UK, I know what you're saying. We don't get one of those. You do. Tomorrow you do. We've got a UK clearance for you tomorrow in place of where Cartload would be. So make sure you stick that in your diary, and we'll see you then. Let's get back on over to Sheena, because last time we saw her crafting. She was putting together the beautiful February page on her calendar in her book. A question come in from Rachel whilst you're working over there. Rachel, yeah. Who says, Sheena, what is your favourite thing to draw? That's a good question.
I love drawing flowers and, you know, trees and things like that, because they're so organic and they're so kind of like, yeah, flowy. I like that, rather than buildings. Buildings are, you've got to get your head around the perspective, and you've got to get if the perspective's out slightly, yeah, I go straight to it. So like the building, that one I drew here, this one, I'm going to show you this one of the chip shop. I had to draw the chip shop because it was like homage to the chip shop. But getting the perspective right on that was, oh, good grief, because everything's moving on different angles and different bits, and this slopes down, but it's still on the same place. So yes, that had to be right to get it look right. Whereas if you're just practicing and you're playing, flowers and leaves and things and trees are great, because it doesn't matter if the petal's not exactly wiggled in that place. It doesn't matter. It still looks like a petal.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so if you're practicing, use like florals and things like that to start with. Don't go straight in with buildings. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it. Yeah. This is looking not bad at the minute, but it's not there yet. So what I'm doing is I'm using this, the graphite, the big chunky graphite here, to give the impression of a night sky, yeah, behind this tree. But I'm going over the tree because I'm not going to be going around those branches. I'll just lift that graphite up shortly. I need to come across here a little bit more and behind these trees. And actually what's happening is, where I've stamped those trees, it's actually picking up a little bit of the graphite. Can you see? It's like a magic colouring book. Can you see? Look.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
a good
it
thing.
is.
I've just discovered that. Hey, new technique, guys.
We
Come
love that.
on. What? Let's do more of that.
Do more.
Look, let's do more.
Come on.
So if you stamp it, and even when it's dry, with your opaque ink pad, then go over it. It's like magic colouring book.
Oh, I'm loving this.
Know that?
I'm loving this, Sheena.
I'm liking that. And that's how we discover stuff, guys. Yay!
Yes.
Oh, look at that. And then you've got the reflection in the water. So I'm going to have that as the horizon line.
Yes.
And then...
I'm loving this.
Oh, you're loving it? I was going to play a bit. In fact, no, let's bring that further down. Let's bring it a little bit
more.
further. Yeah.
I want to see it again.
More. Ben's really excited about it. He's really liking it. Right, so we'll do a bit more there.
Yeah.
And I'm just, can you see, look, just the paper stump over there. And then look, it's bringing out all that detail for me. But what I need to do is I just need to establish that land, and I want to make them a bit darker. They'll just look like a misty kind of creepy kind of night, doesn't it?
It does.
So let's put some little, we definitely want some shadow under this boat. So I'm going quite dark there like that. And we need some reflection where the moon is. So let's put a little bit. And this is not pre-planned. I have not done this beforehand. So I am playing and working it out as we go, guys. So, you know, it might work out, it might not, but at the end of the day, it's my sketchbook, and that's how you should look at it. It's your tryout, so it doesn't matter if it doesn't go exactly as you thought, but you might discover something cool, like we just discovered there, instead, which is even better. So.
Whilst we're watching you again, Jennifer says, can you do the draw the line technique with any of these pens?
Should we try it with the other pen? We'll try it with the other one. Yeah, we'll try it with the other book,
Later
not
on.
this one.
Okay.
Not with the pens in here.
No.
You would need to use like an aqua pen for them. But I could try it on the paper and see how it works on that paper for you.
Nice.
Right, well, know that, yeah?
Yeah.
So what I'm doing is I'm using still this pencil, and we need to get really dark in some areas as well under there, and definitely around the boat, so it looks a bit like it's got a bit of shadow in there. So can you see how I'm just building it up and playing as I'm going? And these rocks in the foreground that we've created.
Yeah.
Put a little bit of shading under there. The tree is going to get shading on it as well. But we definitely want some light on the water where that moon is shining. So you can either leave that light to start with, or you can do what we'll do in a sec. There's a lot of grey on this, but as long as you start lifting and darkening bits, you're going to be okay. We need to bring these trees in a little bit more. So let's pop a little bit of colour on this land here, and you see how, because this was a semicircle, remember, with that stamp? It was like a semicircle, but we've extended it, and that's the other thing you can do with this kit, is just extend so it doesn't, we've moved it further out by adding the other elements as well. So now I'm going to get my final, let's try the 0.3, and then we can go over some of these here, and just pop that like that.
Whose phone's going? Is that my phone? I'm worried that might be mine.
It's my watch, I think.
Oh,
I forgot to put it on airplane mode. I'm going, no. Can you hear it? It's just like, it's on silent. How's that?
I was just wondering where mine was for a second then, because no word of a lie, the first time, because I've got, you know, the Apple stuff, I've got the watch.
Yes,
and I didn't realise that my
watch
watch was then paired up to my iPad, which is then paired up to my phone. And the first few times that I had it on air, of course somebody rang up whilst I was on air.
Isn't it? Yeah.
And even though I thought I'd switched everything off, it would ring on my watch, and I thought, oh, I've sorted my watch out now, I turned that off. And then one time it started ringing on my iPad.
Yeah. Like, stop it. It is like, remember that, did you ever watch that old film, Lawnmower Man?
Oh, I vaguely remember that.
All the phones are going at the same time. It's like that with Apple, isn't it? It's like, no, stop it. Stop
it. Come on.
I was like,
dear.
Please go away. Please stop ringing.
It's so funny. Never mind. Carol D says, matchstick men are the limit to my sketching ability. But I used to say that about colouring too. And the Academy of Colour really improved that. So
there you go.
You've kind of, you could call this the Academy of Sketching, Nicola. I like that. I just think, you know, obviously I tell you to buy everything, don't I? But at this price today, are you going to get a better opportunity to have a go? I can understand at £80 or $100 if you're like, actually,
you're obviously not going to get a better opportunity to see if you're going to like this than now. So, you know, even if you get it and you think there'll be somebody you can gift it to after, even, you know, a bet.
Yeah.
But I think you will use it. There's something, you'll get the value one way or another, even if it's using your stamps and just stamping. You don't have to do all of this. If you want to just use your stamps, guys, and you make yourself a journal, and you don't, I'm just showing you things you can do to make them a bit different and make them look like your own, you know, by using my stamps as like blueprints. And you see we can add another tree here because now we know how they're going. It's just that same kind of like movement, isn't it? Just this, look. We've just repeated and added another one. So then you had your stamp to start with, but now we've got something that isn't the same as the stamp that was there already, with just little bits that we can just add if you want here and there, coming across little. And I think, I don't know how much more we should do with this because I need to show you something else that you can do with it, but you could keep going with this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shall we do a stencil around it?
Oh, why not?
Shall we do that? Oh, and we want to put some highlight on the water as well.
Okay.
So with the highlight, with the water, what you would use is either, well, both erasers, let's see, because this one has got a sharp point to it. So you can just try lifting some of this here, like that. Can you see we've got that highlight there now? Yeah?
So
good.
good.
We've got the light there, so you don't forget if you're doing that, you want the light. And we can also take a little bit more out the moon, or these clouds as well, and put them a little bit. But you can do the same with your you putty eraser, but it's a little bit softer. You can get into little bits and just lift as you go with that.
Yeah.
Again, or try the corner. So there's something that, you know, there's something there that will work for whichever application you want to use it for.
I think people are generally happy with whatever you do over the course of the next sort of 45 minutes. We have got some more questions, which we'll do a little Q&A session in a bit, I think. So if any more questions you want to fire in for Sheena, feel free to. But yeah, this is great. I think, like you said, you're picking up so many hints and tips here with Sheena. So many things that you can try out. But actually, yeah, if you just wanted to get this kit and, you know, you're using the various pads that you're getting with it to, like you said, you know, stamp down some images and do some colouring, or, you know, making a journal, or making, you know, like a little craft log almost of what you're doing throughout the course of the year. I just think it's sensational value for money to get all of this. And no doubt there'll be further shows. I know someone said earlier on, oh, can we have a masterclass with Sheena, you know, taking us through more ideas with this. This is going to crop up again, so get it today, and I'm sure we'll be seeing Sheena using this in future shows. This stencil, by the way, that you're using, this is also available on the show.
The big one.
I think, isn't it? Oh, is it one of the big ones?
Yeah, but you know what? We can use the little one as well.
Okay.
Either one. Should we use the little one?
Why not?
These are available, aren't they?
Yeah.
These ones.
Those ones, yeah.
Yeah. Where's the other one gone? Where's that one? Bear with.
Is it under the box, I think, isn't it?
Might be in the box, Ben.
Oh, under the box.
I brought mine as well from home because I thought, yeah, these are great. These are my travel with me stencils. I just love these. So you've got the swirls in here as well. So what I'm doing is I'm looking for a swirl that looks like it would fit nicely, just coming over there. So I'm going to use that one there. I'll just use this here.
This stencil, by the way, is in the Black Friday sale, producer Nicholas just said. No, not this one, the big one that Sheena was going to use.
Oh, the big one?
Yeah.
Is it?
It's in the Black Friday sale, yes.
Well, either one. They're all great.
Either or.
Either or, yeah, they're all good. And then we can pop that little bit there. So you can see we've got a little swirl starting there. And then, let me see, let's pop this one. So it's just a case of making them fit where you want them to go. And I'm just going to use this more as a kind of a guide and where I want it, the shape of the swirl. So even if you just use the curves to give you a rough idea of where you want to map them out, and then draw your own after that, we'll pop that there, and then let's do another one here, like this. Because you see, it's obviously a stencil, so it's not as easy just to map it out with that, but that would be enough then for you to maybe use it as a guide on how you want to draw your you know, your curves and things after that.
Yeah, it's sort of the same technique you did earlier, aren't you? Sort
it's
of like
exactly
doubling up on the line, and then adding a bit more detail to it with your thicker pens.
Absolutely.
It's so cool, though.
Yeah.
And very achievable. That's the thing. Everyone should hopefully be able to follow this and have a go.
Yes, exactly. And that's the point. That's what I want to get across, is that you can do this with the right kit, and just make them work for you. They're your investment, so make them pay for themselves and get them so that they use them beyond what they're meant to do, because they can do so much more than we usually think of, kind of thing.
Trish says, Trish Love, I'm like Sheena, I don't want to use my good sketchbook, but why not? 2024 is use your stuff to me.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. Get them out, and I'll put something in my ridiculously expensive one as well. And we'll share.
Trish says, Sheena, it's beautiful. You're making it look so achievable. That's what we want to hear. And Louise Catherine Ditch says, I'm loving your technique, Sheena. Absolutely amazing.
Thank you. And well, it's the thing is I like to make it accessible for everybody, so that if you like the look, you can do it. Yeah, if you can do it too by just, and I'm going really quickly here. You would take your time a little bit more. If you take your time, you're going to get these curves much softer and better. But and then you can put your own things in them as well if you want to do a little kind of little leaves and things amongst them as well.
Leaf it out, mate. Leaf it out.
And style them out a bit as well, so that you've got different looks. Maybe smaller little viney bits in there as well, and just play. So you've used the stencil as your main kind of the main structure and where it's going to go for you, because that's usually the hardest bit, is working out where the main swirl's going to go. After that, it's a lot easier. You're just kind of like filling in the detail then. But it looks nice if you put a little bit of a shape around the the main one.
Yeah.
So this is the medium. This is really thick, but. And also a little bit of cross hatching. That would look pretty good.
Oh yeah, why not?
So should we do a bit of cross hatching?
Go on. And in the words of Christine Mahoney, if you're not a drawer, you can become one. This is a great sketch pack and an amazing price.
Exactly.
Says Christine.
Exactly. And that's it. It's just practice, and the more you do, the better you get, and that's it. So what I'm doing is I'm using this really thick one here to just kind of like catch the underside of everything there, and it gives it the impression of kind of like a slightly 3D kind of look. Can you see? By just doing that, it looks like it's kind of like, it gives it more definition and it makes it pop a bit more out of the page. But then the cross hatching, whoa, look at the 0.3, that'll do. We can you can make these even more defined by.
Is that the finest pen?
That's a finer one. This is a 0.3 Ben.
Okay.
And then all I'm doing is keeping your lines in the same direction.
Yeah.
And it looks tidier. And you've got another look again with your swirls.
Jane's 9-year-old granddaughter has just said that this looks beautiful. There you go.
Thank you. I'll put that one in there. So it's the more, if you go a little bit more sketchy, more loose with it, it's going to look more kind of hand drawn and sketched. Don't get caught up in being too much of a perfectionist with it, because sometimes it looks better, Ben, when it's a bit looser and a bit more, less perfect.
More sketchy.
So I'll pop that in there. Like that. So we've got the swirls over just coming like that, and then we want to maybe fill in some of these little leaves here, or you can maybe make those black. Let's just fill those in.
Just whilst we're watching you as well, a question. Well, there's a few questions coming in. Crafty Angie's saying, please ask Sheena to explain the use of the sharpeners. So it's just your bog standard sharpener,
right? It's just a pencil sharpener. Yep, absolutely. That's it. Just the pencil sharpener. So yeah, you'll have used that, but you don't use those with your mechanical pencils. The pencil sharpeners for use with your regular pencils that are in the kit.
Do we turn the sharpener or the pencil?
The sharpener you use with your regular pencils, not the mechanical ones.
No.
The mechanical ones, that's the beauty of mechanical pencils. They stay sharp, so you don't have to worry about that, which is why artists really like the mechanical ones, because that it saves them having to having to keep sharpening them. So that, I could keep going, but I'm having a lovely time, but I think I should show you something else. But that shows you how you can basically just keep playing. And then, so this was the one we did earlier with January there. So, and so you can see how you can make yourself a really cool, planner desktop without using buying all the specific kit to do it, and just have a nice time with it.
We are going to have a short break in just a second. Let me just listen to me. Let's ask the questions. Let's get rid of these questions. These are horrible questions.
What, these viewers, what are they like?
Blimmin' viewers with their questions.
What
do you think we're here for? That you guys can learn? Unbelievable. How dare you ask questions?
What are you not looking at?
What are you looking at? Right. So, questions. Trisha Love. Question for Sheena. When doing the techniques in the water pad, do you need a mat under the page you're working on when you're making ink swatches?
I would do that, yes, I would. And then it'll protect the page underneath. Just put, just a bit of cord or something that you don't like.
Okay.
It's not going to be that soaked and it'll go all the way through, for sure. We'll do a little bit of colouring on the other book if you want to see how it works with that.
Cat Butt. Can you use alcohol pens in the coloured book?
Yeah, in the colour book, I wouldn't use them in that one. I'd use them in the other one. That one's very textured and it'll soak up your ink really quickly. So but there's a book for both.
Yeah.
So the other book, the smooth book, perfect. If you want to add a little bit of colour to your journal pages or anything like that, fabulous, perfect for that.
Our Nicola's asking, could you paint in the rough book?
In the rough book, yes, that's what I'll do that now.
Okay.
Should we do a bit of colouring in that with a bit of the aquas?
We'll do it in a moment, yeah.
All right, then.
A few more questions. Does everything in the big box fit into the case, says Lillian? I just have a little worry about space.
I'm going to show you my case now that I've put everything away. I think I've just about done it. I'll show you this, it does, and even the books. Let me show you. So this is how cool you're going to look, or whoever you're going to gift this to. This is as it is. Look, both books in there, zipped up. Thank you very. Oh no! Stop!
Oh,
Mr. Paper Stump. Right, that goes in there, and then let me just show you how. So everything fits in perfectly. If you're travelling, you're going anywhere, you just want to go and sit in the living room. Think, I'll do a bit of sketching in front of the telly. I think I'll take me sketch thing. That's what I did. Put it on the sofa next to me.
Nice.
Yeah. Open it up.
Yeah.
Like you do. And then, behold, everything is in there. Everything, it's all been counted. There's a place for everything that needs a place. I usually put my pens in order. I'm not the tightest of people, but I normally do them from like fine to thick. So I do spend the time putting them in the order. Both my pencils are next to each other. So that's the progression. I normally start with pencil.
Yeah.
Then do the ink over it. Then erase the pencil if you don't want the pencil showing. Then you've got your illustrate, everything, and in here, everything, all the other little bits and pieces, your erasers are in there, your refills, your water brush, all in that little pouch there. And then your both books fit in there. So it really is the most well thought out kit and worth 4 times the price of what it's on today, to be honest. It's such a good value, in my opinion. And having bought everything as well.
And one final question before we have a break from M.R. Simmons, who says, Sheena, what do you use cross-hatching for? I think I must have missed that.
Right, so cross-hatching is for if you're drawing something. Let me show you, maybe show you on this one. I've got some bits already done here. So let me see... not that one. Let's try that poppy one. There. Okay, so let's do that. Right, so if we've got... okay, I'll take these pens out again. So if I want to draw a poppy and I want to give the impression here, so I'm just going to go over this. So I've just used the pencil to start with, and that can be erased. So that's fine. Yeah, so nothing's permanent until I put ink on it. Yeah?
Yeah.
So... if I stick to that like this, what I might want to do is I'm going to put some little bits like this so it makes like this look like it's coming across here. Let me just draw this here and then I'll find a bit where I can do a bit of cross hatching. So if I want to, underneath this petal, make it look like there's a shadow underneath there. It's folded over. I can do these, see these little lines like this? And it gives the impression of it being kind of 3D, as if it's got shadow at the bottom here. And now it looks more like it's folded over, yeah? And you can do like directional hatching. This is hatching rather than cross hatching. So that basically gives contour to a shape. And then if I want to bring that out even more, this is where I would use maybe a thicker pen or that flexible pen. And you can just say, make the line kind of reflect that even further so that you know that that's underneath that petal, and that petal's now, see where it's got the shape and it looks like it's got contour and it looks like it's got shading to it. That's why you would use cross hatching or hatching.
There you go. Thanks for all the questions, everybody. We are going to take a short break, so if you've got items in your basket, good time to be checking out now. And don't forget, you can obviously hit the Shop the Show button as well to see all of the other goodies that we've got on the show. But this one has been the hottest ticket in town. No surprise, really, when you consider everything that you're getting, and indeed that amazing price. Half price, don't forget, first time on Crafters TV, half price today for just $31.99 if you're platinum, so you're still getting your Club Inspired discount on top of that, $39.96 if you're shopping in the US and you're a platinum member. We'll get to checkout when we come back, some more inspiration with Sheena, and it won't be long till we'll be done. The show's flown over, so we'll head to the checkout, so we'll see you back here in about 4 minutes.
We get to know people from places and walks of life that we wouldn't come across in our everyday life if it wasn't for Crafters TV and doing what we do.
I got so many lovely comments from people when I started doing the presenting, and it was just really such a lovely feeling. And it's nice that people keep messaging in. You know, we see the same people, and we know you can build up that kind of relationship with those people. So it's just the fact that people like what we do and they're pleased. And I do love it when people send us photographs of the items that they've made.
We talk about customers, but really they go in as a customer, come out as a friend. The support that I get is amazing. The messages I get are amazing.
Me personally, it is personal interaction. I've never had the best of health. I've always been open about that with our viewers at Crafters TV. So many people are in the same situation as me health-wise. Other people have got a completely different health issues. They understand and they relate to what I'm going through, what others are going through. So whether we interact on a crafting basis or whether we interact on a health basis, a personal basis, we're all there to support one another. It is incredible.
The reaction of viewers when they come to meet us is worth all of the early mornings when we have to get up for our early morning shows.
Some of the customers come on as craft ambassadors and things like that, craft along with us, and being able to actually chat with them on air. Love it. I really love that connection with them.
We've had lots of shows where we've done like craft alongs, especially where we've had viewers craft along with us. We had a particular viewer, Joy, who joined us once before, and she literally made me cry on air, and Joe, because the things she said about us, it really was quite humbling that there are people out there that watch us and invite us into their living rooms and really treat us like family.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get your hands on the latest crafty must-haves. Leave the hard work to us while you shop from the comfort of your own living room. Head to the Crafters Companion website to see our full crafty range, or hit the Shop the Day button to see all the new and exciting products featuring on Crafters TV. Once you've filled your cart, leave it to us to get your crafty goodies to you in super quick time, so you can get on with being creative. Crafters Companion, making crafty shopping a breeze.
Many of our viewers bring up time and time again, and that's our wax seal gate.
Thinking, Joe, it might not work as well because I've put too much.
Oh, I've forgotten to put me thing in place.
Because I have a way of words that I think that doesn't engage with that and can come out all wrong. Water.
That wasn't the one you just washed your brush in, was it?
Sorry. Yes, but it doesn't matter.
No, it wasn't, was it? It was. Are you kidding?
I'm going to have to say, it's a slip of the tongue. I'm going to say it's maybe to do with my Scottish accent. I'm maybe going to say it's because of Mr. Ben Moseby. He is, well, yeah, he doesn't help matters.
I've made pots that have exploded when I fired them. I've done zips in inside out. It happens to everybody.
We've all spilt our glitter all over our project or knocked the water over.
You right?
I've just noticed I've got my dress on inside out.
So I was messing about doing some backgrounds with the sparkling, took the lid off it and managed to catch the pot somehow, and the whole thing came towards me, down my front, across my lap, onto the floor.
I went to reach for the water and, you know, do the tapping with the and so there was less tapping and more sort of a tsunami.
I've got some.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for checking out your carts and your baskets. I can't believe that we've got less than half an hour to go. So final call for any questions, final call for anything particularly that you want to see. But obviously we are going to continue looking at this Pro Sketch Pack, but we are going to start having a look at some colouring with the tricolores, correct? Tricolore. Oui.
Yes, I have the aquas before me, and I've got this gorgeous set, which is the Great Outdoors here, and I love it. It's really, really pretty, and I thought we'd colour in this flower here. So this was the one I stamped pale with straw bale. Yeah, it's got that yellowy tint to it, and then I went over with the flex.
Oh yeah, flex liner.
Yeah, the flex one, yeah. And then I just actually need to get rid of the pencil lines on there, because I did go over with pencil. I stamped it very pale, then I went over with pencil, so I knew what bits I wanted to focus on and which bits I wasn't going to bother with, because there's far less detail in that than if I show you actually the illustration. Can you see there's a lot more in there going on, and I changed some bits up. Can you see that? Yeah?
Yeah.
So you don't have to draw everything. The point being, you can just draw out what you want from the stamp and make it your own. Right, so now I'm going to colour it in, and we're going to do some pinky tones, I think, with this.
Okay.
So I'm going to take my tricolore, seems in the French, and we're going to scribble onto there like that, a bit of that, and a bit of the purple, like that. Right, and that should work quite nicely. And let's do it with a water brush, because we can. So I'm going to pop some water out then, pick up a little bit of this pinky colour, and then just go ahead and a little bit more water and drag onto my petals like this. So this is really wet now, really wet.
Yeah.
Can you see how much water I've got on there? Because that's what I want to do. I want to show you those guys who are wondering how much water this will stand, this paper. Let's try it. It's literally puddling up onto there. But I want to try a little bit of a wet into wet kind of a technique.
Mm-hmm.
So, right, lots and lots of water, literally standing on the page. Then let's take a bit of this pink. Look, can you see how it's just, boing, can you see it's spreading out a little bit? Yeah? And then a little bit like that. I'm going to dry that off a little bit, and then like that. It's just nice, pretty technique, isn't it? Just to just drop the colour in and just see it move like that. So drop a little bit in there.
Jean's going to get this kit for her hubby. He's a landscape architect, apparently.
Oh, he'll love it. Yeah, nice one, yeah.
Donna says she's just put us on the huge TV. Well, this is going to look marvellous. How huge, Donna? How big? This is a whole new experience. By the way, I love this kit, and I may get two. One for me and one for my daughter.
Yeah, you've got to have one for you, for sure. I wouldn't be able to give it away if I just had the one.
It'd be nice if there are
gifting
two of
them
you
as well.
craft, though, wouldn't it? So that you can sit and do it together.
Lovely, brilliant, and honestly, it's really, it is just such a lovely kit. It's lovely quality. It's really nicely put together, and I'm just really so happy that I got to show you the kit, because it is right up my street. This is exactly what, you know, I have at home. All this stuff. This is what I do and spend my money on, you know, in my spare time, is all this stuff. So it was like, yes, for sure.
Think right person, right time to show this, definitely.
Yeah, I'm happy to talk about it for sure. So can you see how that shading, it's gone all really pretty, and we've got that is working really nicely on that paper, and that's the back. I'm going to bring it in there. So it hasn't gone through a lot on the back at all.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, and I've really wet that paper. So I would be well happy with that. Should we do another one? You know,
yeah.
Petal like that. So I really did wet that a lot, and I'm going to do that again. So the thing is, with the water brush, you can, you know, you can squeeze this to get more water out of it, but it's a nice one in that it doesn't flood the page. Until you squeeze it, it doesn't just come out of its own accord until you tell it to, which is nice, because I've used some water brushes before which are just constantly soaking wet, and you can't, sometimes you don't want that because it runs away from you. It's hard to control.
Do you know what Joyce just said? She's ordered one for her and one for her daughter, a great Christmas present. I'm seeing a lot of people multi-ordering here, Sheena, and getting one for themselves and one for a
for sure,
family member.
Honestly, if you know anybody who you think might benefit from it, either tell them or gift it if you the people that you buy gifts for, because the value is just...
You're not going to go wrong, are you, today? What a buy.
No,
what
absolutely
a buy.
not. Mega bargain.
A mega bargain, yeah.
Mega bargain. You know, they don't come around all the time, so take advantage while it's there if you can. You know, for sure. So can you see how, look at the movement and the shading and that we've got in there, just with using this water brush, your aquas. Should we see how, if the draw the line will work on it?
I think it was Jennifer who asked about that, yeah. Draw the line.
Yeah. Should we colour this in a little bit more, then do draw the line, or do you want to see the green on that, or should we try something else? I'll try draw the line.
Let's go on to draw the line, yeah.
Right, so we want a dark colour, and we need a flat brush. I'm not using the water brush for this. We're using the paper, and I'm using a flat brush, because you do need the flat brush for draw the line. All right, I'm drawing the line on that.
Okay.
Just saying. We could try it on here, couldn't we? Bit of draw the line there.
That's it. The trusty old Royal and Langnickel.
Royal and Langnickel, yeah. We'll put that there, like that. This little jug of water I've got here. They're getting bigger, these jugs of water I'll be basking for. They're getting a bit of bucket next. I better come in 2
It's a big jug, that, isn't it?
Sorry?
Yeah, in a bucket
It'll be a bucket, it'll be right. That'll keep her happy. Just give her that. Right, so I'm going to use the darker colours here, because usually for distance and things, these look better. Come on, if I can get them out of the packet, come on.
Yeah, Mum.
Come on, come on.
Being shy.
That's it. Right, so I'm using, this set is the Essential Neutrals. And let's try bark, or maybe let's try sepia, and let's try a bit of chestnut, see what we look like with that. Yeah. Okay, it's just to try it out, isn't it? So I did find bark somewhere. Have I just put it down? Sepias. I've got sepia and chestnut. I've lost it again. Ben, I've lost the plot. Just because when you do draw the line, you want them ready. You don't want to spend a lot of time before you draw your line, like that. And then I'm going to draw the other line above like that.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to get my paint while it's still wet. And, oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yep. You can draw the line out. So right, so that's really quite wet. You know you've got to have the paper quite wet for draw the line, don't you? So that isn't looking bad at all.
That's so good. I feel like it's ages since I've seen you do this, actually.
I know. I feel like it's. I'm happy it's back. Yay! Thank you, whoever. Yeah.
Was it Jennifer? I think it was Jennifer or Jessica. One of the two.
Yeah, it was just like we. I mean, we didn't plan it. No, we didn't plan it.
Woo! That's incredible.
So yes, it works. This book is really nice for.
And Anne says, I thought the art liners were meant to be used with alcohol inks. I didn't realise they worked with watercolours too.
Yeah, yeah. fabulous. They're really, really nice. Bit of kit is the art liners. I love them. Again, I would buy them, and one similar, brand wise, in the past. So yes, definitely, all fabulous.
This is mesmerising though. Sorry, everyone's gone quiet now. I think we're all just like drawn in by the draw the line demo. Jean F says, I think I may need one too, besides hubby. So Jean's bought one for hubby, the landscaper architect. I think I might need one to practice, like the Academy of Colour, which I enjoyed so much. I know a lot of you have been saying that actually. There was the same sort of conversations coming up when the Academy of Colour launch, going, well, I'm rubbish at colouring, I'm not going to be able to get the very best out of this. And then look how many people now turn around and say how the Academy of Colour has sort of changed their colouring journey. And this could be the same for you, when it comes to your sketching. Plenty of ideas that Sheena's thrown your way already today. And I just think if you've got an inkling, go for it today when it's at a half price. And as we've said, even if you're thinking, oh, shall I shop there? Get it anyway. You can keep bits and pieces for yourself. You've got other bits and pieces in there which you could potentially give away as a gift if you wanted to. But the fact that you've got this set brand new to Crafters TV today, first time we've seen it for half price. It's incredible. And maybe before we go as well, we'll take a look through the box and just again get Sheena to explain the value for money, because like you said, for the pads alone, that's your price on screen really.
Right, so let me get this here in shot. That's the back of that page. That's pretty good, guys. That was wet. Now that'll dry out. You just dry it with a heat gun, but that is not bad at all. Hasn't come through, and I'm more than happy with that. And you saw the amount of water you have to use for draw the line. So winner, chicken dinner.
Winner, chicken dinner, man. Laurie says, gorgeous. I love watching Sheena. MR Simmons says, this is lovely. Sheena, is there anything that you do to loosen up before you start, or are you so experienced that you don't need to? I tend to tense up before I start, and I know it's supposed to be a play, but do you do any stretches?
Yeah, I do. Lunges.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
No, I don't. I just usually what I find is usually it takes a bit to get into it. So that's why a sketchbook. This is why I would assign. This is me chance to mess up book. Don't worry about it. Don't stress over it. It's me try it out. Doesn't have to look fantastic. There'll be a bit here, a bit there, and that's really what a sketchbook should be: is trying stuff out. So start with that, and then when you do get I'd like that, and give it a try, then move on to your nice pretty book. Of course, the pretty book, you wouldn't use the wet media, but yes, that's what I would do. Or a little rough bit of paper if you want to keep the book, like me gouache book. Obviously, I wanted that to look really pretty because I wanted it to be a keepsake book of travels that we've had, Marie and I and Willow. So I wanted that to look polished, kind of finished. So it doesn't always be that you draw it straight away and it looks great. That time you try a little sketch of the dog, for example, try a little sketch on a piece of paper, then go to your posh book, which is what I would do with this one. If you're going to make it into your, planner, but saying that, because we're doing it live on air, I hadn't have time to do all the planning ahead. But considering that didn't work out bad, but you could just plan it out, or even do it at the back of your book.
Yeah, love that.
And then come forward, kind of thing, with it, the thing is, you know what? That even 2 books for that price. Is you were talking, £20 for each book. That's not stupid money. Honestly, you saw the price that I paid for mine. £11.50, $15, and $36.
$62.50 for all of that. Yeah.
And that's just 3 of them. So.
So if you equate it on that, you work it like that, it's almost like you're getting all of the pens and the tools for free within the deal, which is incredible.
Absolutely.
And the carry case. Let's not forget that huge carry case as well. Mesmerised watching, Sheena says joy, and Jennifer says it looks awesome on this paper. That's to draw the line. I mean, like wow, right? Thank you so much to show my son and husband while you did the magic. And Donna Yam says, Ben, my TV is 84 inches diagonally.
What?
Which is 7 foot.
Wow.
That's over 2 metres.
Wow.
No more watching on my phone. Well, if you've got an 84-inch TV, yes, don't ever be watching on your phone.
No.
That is blooming marvellous, that. So thank you, Donna, for sticking us on the big screen. We've got about 12 or 13 minutes left, I think. So are we going to do another demo, or do you want to go through the box? What do you fancy doing, Sheena?
What would you like to do? We can do another demo. We can do some more colouring in on the page, or we can do a stamp and then do some pencil over the top of it. Stamp and pencil?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Let's do it in this book then, because the water-soluble graphite, I haven't even shown you that yet, have I?
The what?
The water-soluble graphite.
Oh no, we haven't seen that.
Right, okay, let me find something to, let's do the rose, let's do a sketch of the rose, yeah. All right, bear with, I've got a lot of stamps here and not all clean, just saying I need to go through, you know when you just using them, you haven't got time to clean them when you're preparing and things. That's my excuse anyway.
You need our stamp cleaning station, which I think we've got coming up a little bit later on, funnily enough.
Really?
I think so.
That's what I need. I need some new spray. I've used all my spray up.
Oh, have you?
I need a refill, yeah.
I think we've also got that coming up later too.
I need some. All right. So I'm going to ink this up with this smoke plume again.
Yeah.
And we can pop, I don't know, let's pop it. Let's do it there. Want to do it there? Let's do it there. I just want to make sure, yes, all right, that's good. I can just see it
just
there.
about to see that.
Yeah, and then I can now do a little bit of, well, let's do pencil. Let's do all just pencil.
And so this is, again, for those people who say, oh, I can't draw, I can't sketch. This is for you, isn't it, really?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. So we'll use the water soluble. So, right, so these two aren't going to move when I add water, or will move very little, but these two will. So it's a bit of a tight call, the time that we have, but I'll do what I can. I tell you what you could do with this as well. You can make this look really cool, like a bleeding rose. I had a bleeding rose stamp once.
Oh, what, bleeding rose?
Yeah, and if you draw little droplets like this, shall I show you what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, let's do it. Often when I'm drawing, I should have mentioned, I sometimes do this, tap on it, because that's how you undo if you're drawing on a, on like a...
on your tablet?
On a tablet, yeah, and so to erase it, to go back.
Tap on your paper?
Yeah, I'm tapping on the paper,
That's
and
like,
it's like,
have you ever done
happening.
This? You know, with photos now, if you're looking at a photo on your tablet, you go like that, don't you, to make it bigger?
Yes, exactly.
I've done that before.
In magazines.
I've done, yes.
Ben, I'm so pleased you said that, because, yeah, I've done exactly the same.
And also, I've picked up photos in photo frames and done it.
Yes, yes.
My kids are like, what are you doing?
Oh, Ben,
Just
honestly,
having a moment.
Seriously.
Senior moment, I think they call it.
Yeah, well, I'm with you. I'm absolutely there. It's because we're so used, aren't we, to, to using the technology.
I'm glad it's not just me. Magazine pages. Oh, dear.
So can you see how just by doing the little droplets like this, it gives it the impression of like kind of it's melting or little...
So you've gone around the general shape of it, yeah?
Yes, but then do a little like kind of droplets, and then you can do like a little... bits like it's just something else that you can do with your, with your stamps if you want to, like it's melting or bleeding or whatever, and it just looks quite cool, a bit gothic, but...
I was going to say, yeah, gothy.
Yeah.
Again, this technique's one that I think people who are saying they can't sketch, they can't draw, this is the one to try out. This is the one to have a go with. Think of all of your stamps that you can do this with. And like you say, just have a bit of a play, sketch around it. And as you've shown here, don't be afraid to kind of deviate a little bit from the lines and kind of accentuate or add just a little bit.
Absolutely, and just have fun with it, for sure. So in here we'll do a few of these the veins as well as what makes the rose look really cool, to get a little few of those going on there.
And you're using your mechanical
I'm using the
penciling,
mechanical
aren't you?
pencil pen, yeah. But you can see how you use the stamps. You can learn so much by using the stamps. And it's muscle memory. Once your hand gets used to moving in a certain way, the more you do it, the more it'll be easier next time you do it. It'll be like, oh yeah, that's that movement there. And, and you kind of, what you're doing is you're kind of sculpting. You're kind of sculpting the shape. Think of the, the shape as you're drawing with it to get the, to get the feel that you want. And these little droplets, you're going to make them darker in bits.
Yeah.
And then it looks, see?
Looks brilliant. So good. Hopefully you've learned so much over the course of this show. And if you were one of those people at the start going, oh, don't know if this is for me, hopefully you're now seeing that this is for everybody, isn't it? Regardless of
Absolutely,
where
Ben.
you are on
wherever level you're at,
and whatever age.
And you know what? You're limited more often than not by your fear factor.
Yeah.
If you just embrace it and go, you know what? It's my book, and I don't care, and I'm just going to play. And nobody needs to ever see this. This is your book, your time. You to do what you want to put in there. Use it the way you want to use it, and with the expectation that you're never going to show it to anybody. And then if you want to, if it's that cool and you go, oh, I'm really proud of that, well, bonus.
Yeah.
But you're learning as you're going. But use this as your tryout, your confidence, thing.
I also think, like the Academy of Colour as well, is that you can almost use these books like a little, what's the word? Like a journey almost.
Yes.
So you start off and you might think to yourself, oh, that's not very good. I'm not really impressed with your first go. But then the more you do, the better you're going to get. And then as you get, I don't know, a quarter of the way through, you might then look at something and go, oh, I really like what I've done there. And then you go back to where you started, and you can always track your progress, can't you?
Absolutely. You know what? And we're always the worst critics. You see other people's, like the value in other people's stuff, but seeing it in your own is really difficult. And that, I'm the same. You do the same. You're always overcritical. You look at someone else and think, oh, that looks really cool. And so, but you've got to just go, no, you know what? I stopped drawing full time for a living, because I used to put too much pressure on myself. Yeah. So I know exactly what I'm talking about. It would cause me, I'd have tension, neck would be stiff, I would be concentrating so much, and it become not enjoyable. And that's why I went into like training and doing other things, because I lost the joy of it by putting the pressure on. And which is why when I started stamping and drawing for stamps, it was play, it was all of the creativity, but without the pressure and the stress I would have put on myself. So honestly, listen to me from somebody who knows, guys, just don't do that to yourself. Just play. You've got enough stress and stuff we have to put up with, and the rest of the real world.
This should be enjoyable.
This should just be fun, and it doesn't matter.
And do you know what, your tip as well from earlier on, if you have started on a sketch, started on a drawing, and you're looking at it and going, I'm not too sure about that. Go away, have a cup of tea and a slice of cake.
Absolutely.
Cake's the answer. And then come back later on.
Cake is always the answer, Ben. Yeah, exactly. It's the truth of the matter. So we've got that there. Can you see how totally different that looks?
That looks amazing, that dripping rose.
And then what we can do is we'll use the water brush. Oh, I've lost it. I keep putting things down, Ben, and losing them. All right, talk amongst yourselves.
So much stuff in the box. I mean, you've got so much going on over there. Here we go.
Got it. There's too much in the kit.
I know.
This is the problem. It's like you got to, and yes, right. So we'll pop. So this is where I would maybe put a bit of dark in here, in this petal here, and then possibly down here. Can you see how I'm not colouring it in? I'm just kind of like I would use a water pencil, and I'm just putting a little bit like that and that. And I'm going to have to try one out to see how much is moving here before I do the rest. So a little like that.
I cannot believe we've got less than 5 minutes to go.
What?
It's flown
really
over
enjoyed
the show.
today.
It's been fun.
It's been different. It's been a nice show because it's something completely different.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping it's been beneficial because
I think it has.
It can bring you into creating, more the stuff that sometimes is scary, and you think that's a bit scary. So you can see it doesn't have to be if you've got the right little few pointers, tools to do it, you can make good wall art, sketchy drawings, because all of this could go on the wall as well. And so that's a little bit murky, a little bit dark, but...
And these are those blendable pencils, aren't they?
These are the, yes, exactly. So can you see how you just pop them down there? So it's gone a little bit on the darker side, but I could always come back and put some of the white back on that. That is really, look at how dark, how intense that is. So everything's going to have a darker tone to it, darker value. So I can, like I say, I can come back and maybe pop a little bit of a highlight in it later and put that back. But it's best to be light, like not as heavy-handed as I've been. If you want it to look a little bit soft, a bit more. You want that light on it, you want that little bit of light showing on the petals.
It's incredible, this, isn't it? But what you've got to realise again here, just as we're watching it, it's incredible. But I think what has buoyed a lot of people in this show is that the way that Sheena's taken you through this and shown you and how you can. It's incredible but achievable. You're not looking at this and going, well, there's no way I could do that. You absolutely could, step by step. Go back and watch these shows. Like Pamela says, I was only able to join for part of this show, but every minute was so valuable. It's there for you forever on Facebook and on YouTube, 24/7 on Crafters TV as well. So go back, pick up all of these hints and tips, and just get this and have a go. Don't be scared.
No.
Don't stress out about it. Like Sheena says, it's your book. You don't have to show it to anybody else. If you have a go first time and you think it's rubbish, A, it's never as bad as you think it is.
No.
And B,
you've learned something.
You've learned something.
Yeah.
And C, you don't have to show it to anybody else. You come back to it next day, try again, and you're only going to get better and better and enjoy it more as you begin to relax into it, I think.
Absolutely. I don't think we're going to get much more done with that, but you can see how we can transform a stamp completely by just doing those the droplets, and you shade them and everything in there as well. We've probably not much time for anything else now, Ben.
No,
we've got there with the
We're just about there.
Yeah, so I really enjoyed that. I hope use the techniques for your cards as well, map them out, and everything that we've done today in the books, you can do on your cards. So even if you don't get the pack, which just do, you've still got all those techniques that you can put on your paper craft and your regular cards as well, using the watercolour card.
It's been phenomenal. Thank you as well. MR Simmons says, Ben, you've been so helpful today in explaining what Sheena is drawing. Also, you've been so helpful in putting people at ease about trying something that scares a lot of people to try. So thank you. I just, you know what? I just want you guys to have a go and try new things, and don't be worried. And I know not that I've had a go today, but you know what? You know me. I like to dabble now and again in a bit of craft, do a few bits and pieces, and I always used to be worried about trying stuff, thinking, I'll be no good. But then actually, I put that to the back of my mind and thought, well, I'm going to have a go because I want to have a go. If it's no good, I'm only going to get better. And if it is no good, who cares? It's only you that sees it. It's not like you have to come on Crafters TV and, next week we're like, right, OK, everybody, open your books. Let's see what you've been doing. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen.
Police coming out. Hello.
Yeah, Sheena will be coming around. Then. Hello. What have you been doing in your book then? That won't happen. So it's great value for money. It's a great opportunity to get a great Christmas gift as well. So make sure you do half price, for goodness sake. Sheena, thank you so much. Thank you. Are you back with us next Wednesday?
No, I've got 2 weeks away. I know.
What?
I got to draw. I got all the things I'm drawing, but I couldn't possibly tell you. But it's cool. Okay, I'm looking forward to doing this. Yeah, and it's a big collection.
Well, we look forward to seeing you. We got to go. We look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks, as always.
Thank you.
Make sure you stick with us. So, US viewers, over on the US page, it is our warehouse clearance show, part 2. You will not want to miss it. If you had problems checking out with this on Sunday, A, we apologise, and B, we're going to make it up to you by bringing you 2 hours of amazing deals, fun and frolics, with the lovely Debbie, who's just arrived, actually. So I'll see you over there in about an hour's time. Until then, bye for now.